What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. I have been following Bishop T.D. Jakes, I would say lightly, over the last 25 to 30 years. I can even remember his move from Texas, from West Virginia. And he moved, I believe, to West Virginia from to the Dallas area. I believe his church is in the Dallas area, the Potter's House. And he came there with 100 families. So he's always been a very progressive preacher. He is technically known as an evangelical. He's known for having more of a mixed audience. But now we must, say that T.D. Jakes is still very applicable to the Black American audience. And that's where a lot of his fanfare has come from, especially in the 90s. There was some of the conference that he started called Woman, Thou Art Loose. And that was followed up by, I believe, a bestseller book. And I'm saying that because T.D. Jakes has really been an instrument to empowering a lot of Black women. Even his daughter, I believe, is a minister there, in his ministries. So T.D. Jakes, just to set the record straight, he is not against women. In fact, many women historically have supported his ministry. However, I believe that in the 90s, where he came to kind of power here, and now what we're seeing in 2022, there's a lot of things that are happening in the faith and in the church and in Black relationships that need to be addressed. And of course, T.D. Jakes also was very liberal against, that of LGBTQ relationships. But this Sunday, it appears that the pastor had seen enough. And I want to talk about this clip, which I technically believe is attributed to African American women. I want to play this clip, and then I'll come back.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now, because we are raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house, but until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Oh, y'all ain't gonna talk back to me this morning.
So you heard what he had to say here. Now, first of all, I'm very shocked that he has taken such a position, but this is not something that's very new. In the last month, Pastor Creflo Dollar has come back and talked about his ignorance towards tithes. And now you're seeing T.D. Jakes coming out with this. But I have to say that this is a little bit too late, Pastor. You've taken too long to talk about this. What am I saying? The Black churches in the Black community are the number one empowerers of strong, independent Black women. The ones who say that they don't need a man. And what we have seen is the decline of the Black church and its effectiveness. In the 90s, even if you were a child of a single parent home, my parents got divorced, there were still brothers in the church. I mentioned them by name, Deacon Boatwright and Deacon Leonard, people like that, McClure, people you can go and still talk to. They would take you out and teach you how to cut grass and how to do things. But now you don't see men in the church anymore in our communities. It is predominantly, mostly women, okay? And because of the empowerment of Black women, you don't give a man And I'm not saying all, right? But any woman who's like this. He talked about not being applauded for your femininity, but being applauded for tough, rough, nasty, and aggressive and hateful that people want these ladies to become. Well, what happens is that, what is the incentive for a man to deal with a woman like that? You know, women are being told to brag about the fact that they can buy their own cars and that they don't need a man. Well, if you talk like that, why would a man want to come into your life? Just so he can be humiliated? But this is what the church has supported for years, okay? If you want to look at the biggest supporters of single moms and no marriages, it's been the black church. Now you're upset about this, Pastor, but why now? Why now? Why did you wait so long until now? I think I have the answer to that. Well, because you're rich already now, right? You can say what you want to say now. Send them the critical dollar. Why did you find out now that your tithing behavior was wrong? Well, because you got all their money now, you know? And it's better late than never. But the reality is that this, Reverend, you're not going to be able to get up and say this speech and that's going to heal something. You need to give these men an incentive as to why they want to come and deal with the ladies you're complaining about. And most black men in America, all across the world, that are coming across ladies like this, there is no incentive. He talked about it very, very frankly. He said, listen, if you don't create a need that I can pour into, I don't have a place in your life. Stop coming home and bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. And then let me add something else. Then when you go to the white woman, because a lot of guys are shying away, right? Let them go to the white lady. But then when you see these black men starting to do this, and it's not just happening in black America, you're seeing a lot of these brothers coming from Africa, they're doing it. They're the biggest ones who do it. African and Caribbean brothers come to the States and marry white first. Go to London and see how many dudes are interracially dating and married. Then you want to blame it on the guy. Or is it that there's a fundamental problem with the attitude of what's going on in society? But there is no interest for these men to deal with these ladies a lot of times. If a woman is not being incentivized to be feminine, then a man is not going to be incentivized to deal with her. Not if he's worth something. Not if he got something going on for himself. Why would he deal with that? You see, the issue is this. There is no fathers in the house. But they can come to y'all's churches. They can sing in the choir stand. Y'all will give them baby showers. You will tell them congratulations. So you're already encouraging the behaviors that create these women who are independent and don't need a man. Then yet you get mad. Of course you lost your families. Ain't no man there. You lost all the businesses in the community. You lose all the economies in the community because men typically go out there and do those kind of things. But until women give men, or vice versa, it's two-way street. Men got to give women a reason to be feminine and vice versa. You're not going to have anything. You'll get this hookup culture of what Obsidian calls hate fucking in black America. You'll get the kids, they'll separate, and you'll get more crime. You'll get more problems. And then you get talented people like me who should be still in black America and will leave and go somewhere else because we don't want to get robbed. I'm going to say it again. We don't want to get robbed. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.